I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
Do you regret ever getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments, because people take for granted encounters, and I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
If he had any information regarding Puff having sex with underage boys, that the feds asked him in 2011. In 2011, brother. So what did the feds know? Because the feds not coming there unless somebody made a report or somebody made some allegations against Puff in 2011 to ask a friend of his, Jimmy Henchman, what do you know about that? But for them to ask him about that, it had to be more than a rumor. Somebody made a complaint somewhere. And people know that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital.
We would fight. We would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you got to chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You got to relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? There were a lot of things I seen, and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be.
New York is a little bit too fast for me, and I spent like a year.
It's not that bad. Every show you knock that back.
That's Breakfast of Champions, right?
What does this do?
What's in it for?
It's all greens, multivitamins, all your nutrition that your body ever needs.
Oh, God. It smells like liquid poop.
Yeah, but he's not gonna like. It's his first time having it, man.
It's like dinosaur pee.
Wait until you get to stage. Got that, your sister? When you get to the second stage of the show.
I'm 16, I always have an A. Okay.
Okay, guys, I got a serious video for you guys today. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, of course. If you guys haven't heard, there's new allegations surrounding Diddy. Allegedly, there's sources coming out saying that another one of Diddy's victims was none other than Aaron Carter. I hope it's not true, but it does connect some dots, seeing as how he started off as this sweet, well-rounded boy, would appear on Disney. I know all the little girls had crushes on him, to then turning out to be such a troubled man. He was just so troubled towards the end of his life. And yeah, they're saying that he's also another victim that allegedly was abused when he was a child. And he also was signed or managed under Sony, which was a parent company to Diddy's label.
All right, so iHeartRadio has recently talked about this. I believe this is from today. I'm going to go ahead and read the transcript of what they were saying. Speaking of Diddy, a couple Diddy stories to talk about this hour. First things first, rumors are going around, and I don't have a lot of information about this, but there's a rumor going around that Aaron Carter, remember Aaron Carter?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was unalived right before he was about to expose some of the things that happened at Diddy freak-off parties, where he was a childhood victim of drug abuse and rape. And the connection there was Aaron released albums under Sony Music Group Entertainment, which was a parent company of Diddy's label. And didn't he also drown in that bathtub?
All right, like Whitney Houston, right?
Yes, but they're saying there's a lot more to that story, and Diddy is absolutely involved, indirectly involved. Also, word on the street right now, speaking of those freak-off parties, is that Diddy allegedly sold a freak-off party tape for $500 million on the dark web. And several celebs, included in this alleged video, are Bieber, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Drake. crazy. Now, during a recent interview, a person who was very close to the situation, with knowledge of it, says, or rather was asked, is Diddy protecting people or are people protecting him here? And her answer was he sold it because he needed the cash. I mean, hey, it was just a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he went and sold that footage. And she also explained how something called dark coin prevents a video like this from leaking out from the dark web, which I do not understand, but hey, that was her answer.
When I think about Aaron Carter, when I think about Justin Bieber, you know who else I think of? Who another name that pops up into my head is Raz B from B2K.
Shit ever gonna get right, niggas is gonna have to come clean. Cause you're not gonna live, you're not gonna sweep anything under the rug. I was molested by Chris Stokes and Mark Houston, and that's the truth. Period.
And that's the truth, and you can say that for you. I just think it gets kind of messy when you gotta put other people's truth out there. I don't think that's your place to judge other people.
What?
I am disgusted at the fact that he was one of the first that really came out and spoke about the abuse that was happening in the hip-hop world, the R&B world, whatever you want to call it, in the music industry, how there's enablers in the music industry that allow this to happen and that help with the grooming process. And what happened? The whole industry clowned him. His own bandmates clowned him. And he was left to be a laughingstock. I am fired up even thinking about it. Even back then, I was just thinking about how wrong it was. And I was watching a young man getting laughed at, mocked by his own peers. And did we learn our lesson? No, we allowed it to happen again with Aaron Carter, and then we allowed it to happen again with Bieber, even though with Bieber and Aaron, we weren't 100% sure what the cause of their self-destruction was coming from. We had our theories, we had our feeling about it, and we just allowed it to continue. The major takeaway that I have from this, and that I want to pass on to everyone else that's watching this, all 5 of you, is that we need to start showing men the same amount of grace as we show women when it comes to abuse, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to anything, anywhere in between. It just amazes me how you'll hear women coming out with their stories of abuse, and we will back them even with the little evidence that they have. And when it comes to men, they're told to toughen up, or how did you allow that to happen? I remember what happened to Terry Crews when he came out making those claims of what happened to him. He was mocked. Oh, a big dude like you, how did you allow that to happen? D.L. Hughley, that other coon, came out making the same type of jokes. But a woman comes out like Kesha, making allegations with no evidence. I'm not saying it happened or it didn't happen. About the producer, the whole world backed her. I'm really upset about how the world treated Raz B. I'm upset about how the world treated Aaron Carter. It is heartbreaking. But with Justin Bieber, we still have time. I want to allow these men to feel like they have the grace to come out and share their story, and not feel like they're going to be labeled, not feel like they're going to be ostracized, not feel like they're going to be casted out or blacklisted. We need to allow them to speak their truth. Another name that I would like to mention is Brashear Gray. I know he's had his run-ins with the law, but I would like to extend the same amount of grace for these people to come out, share their story. I don't want to push anybody to share their story, but I think the biggest fear when it comes to men is, I'm going to be labeled gay. I'm going to be labeled weak, soft. I wanted it. I deserved it. And it's just heartbreaking. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. And every single time I think of this topic, it always reminds me of that Dave Chappelle skit.
It's scary out here. God, I know how flimsy this shit is. I can see through I can see the truth. There's an animal inside of each and every one of you. It's not good. Shit is real. Listen, I was looking at the paper the other day. I'm not making this up. There's a serial rape in Houston. There's nothing funny about serial rape. But what is noteworthy about this particular rape is that all of his victims have been men. Enjoy your evening. I can't believe you clapped about that. It's a man raping men in Houston. the most gangster shit. So far, like 7 men have already come forward in the Houston area and reported this motherfucker, which means he must have raped thousands. 'Cause that's a tough phone call for us to make. It's not like when you get raped, ladies, there's no, society don't give a about male rape. There's no hotline for us. Man get raped, you just gotta get up and walk that shit off. Got raped. Caught me slipping. You gotta take that shit to the grave. Couldn't even tell my wife some shit like that. Come home all disheveled and shit. Hey, where have you been? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Out f***ing another woman. Just go back to sleep, okay?
Now look, we've heard these rumors about Bashir Gray, who worked with Diddy. We've heard, and Will Smith, that's another topic. We've heard these rumors about Justin Bieber, who worked with Diddy, also had guardianship over him. Ew, gross, why? We've heard these rumors about Aaron Carter, who was signed under Sony, but if I understand correctly, that's a parent company to Diddy's label. And we have heard him having connections to Usher too. All these young men is troubled. And Usher, that's a whole nother topic because I want to know what his role in everything was. But with Justin Bieber, we still have a chance with him. I don't know, guys. This is very disturbing. I don't play when it comes to the topic of abuse and children. Of course, none of us do. That's why his ass is locked up right now, because he's just dirty. He's evil. Let me know what you guys think. This whole thing is just pretty extreme. I'm gonna stay on this topic, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna stay on the topic. I'm gonna keep looking into this. Like, comment, subscribe. That's how you help a channel like me grow. And yeah, guys, till next time. Love you guys.